he's getting it now.
Alright, all the metal fab is done on the body. We've got it washed and wiped down, so we're ready to shoot her with the epoxy sealer. In the meantime, while I was waiting, went ahead and cut this rusty bad part out of the fender. Got a patch panel made for that. Got to do a lot of grinding, dressing up. But hey, it'll work. That door's ready to go. That fender's ready to go. But right now, I want to get all of this in epoxy because we've got some surface rust coming on, and done got it sanded off, like I say, wash, wipe. She's ready to rock, so let's get mixed up and get to shooting. Guys, what I did, I sprayed this thing with the epoxy and then waited a while, let it cure up just a little bit. Then after that, I went back with some of the, I have that black primer sealer. Here's the thing, if you want it to be a primer, you mix it 4-to-1. If you want it to be a sealer, you mix it 4-to-1 with 10%. You can push it to 15% thinner if you want to, but I done this as a primer. But yeah, we got her all blacked out. Yeah, cool. We won't have no more rust spots. Now the next thing to do, of course I got to get on that fender, but as far as the body goes, is run through here and start doing body work. I mean, this black, you can really tell the dents in it. And like I say, the reason I put the primer on there, so I can take me a block and a light piece of sandpaper and run across it, and that'll really show up the dents. But yeah, that's where we're at, and for today, I'm going to call this success. Alright, I got the first sand on the fiberglass. I gotta say, it turned out really well. And I mean, I'm running 80 grit. But you can still see the shade low right there. Little spots like that. You're going to get that with your fiberglass, guys. But the majority of it turned out fantastic. But running across here with the DA, I found like another dent, another dent, another dent, another dent that I need to fill. And like I say, you see that low spot in there. But all in all, it's actually sanding out pretty good. Like I say, this is the first coat. This side here has got a lot more going on. A lot more dents that I found. Needs more filler fiberglass here and through here. The reason I can decide that, I use the straight line sander. That thing's flat, man. And when you use it and take it and run it down the body line like that, up and down, you will find your low spots. A straight line sander is fantastic. Like I say, a lot of these little spots I will hit with the DA. It's just a lot quicker and easier for me. But yeah, so far so good. Now what I'm going to do is just take me a rag and a little bit of Windex, wipe over them spots that need to be filled a little bit more, and go ahead and lay me down my second coat of fiberglass. Alright guys, we got our fiberglass sanded down. Now I just come in here with a light coat of filler and take up the small spot, but we gotta let that dry for a while. So, let's move our attention over to here. We got a rust repair spot, as you can see on that fender. Yeah, man. Let's go ahead and get that taken care of, and I'll show y'all how we do it. Alright, first thing we're going to do, cut that bad piece out, grab our desk wheel here. Alright, try to get that out of there. And there we go. Clean that up a little bit. That's got it. Now let's go over and find this piece of metal and get it cut out to fit. This is pretty flat right here, so there's not a whole lot going on. And there we have it. Just took it to the grinder, ground this front down a little more, just cleaned up the edges. Now we'll get her welded in and then get all them welds ground down nice and smooth. And there we go. Welded, ground. Now all we got is just a couple little dots. Filler will take care of that. So yeah, coat of filler and that repair is done and all that rust is out of there. And that's how you do it. Alright guys. I've done my body work I can do on this. It by hand, it's feeling pretty good. I'm sure there's going to be some small spots that I missed, and that's what high build primer is for. But I just went through this morning and wiped this all down with Windex. Not the inside of the hood. It's going to have to be washed. We'll get it later, but I'm going to go ahead and get the inside of the fenders. Trim out these doors and everything, then fenders, a couple other little parts, and the trunk. I'll go ahead and get primer on the inside of all of them parts as well. So let's run in here and get mixed up and get this thing high build primed. And there we have it. I have 4 coats of high build primer on there. And I'll let this sit and cure the rest of the day and tonight. And probably tomorrow we'll get back on this and we'll start block sanding it with 400 and just see where we're at. I am 100% sure there's going to be more body work that has to be done. There's no way I caught everything on that first go around. It just doesn't happen that way, guys. But yeah, got that, got the other parts, as you can see, got them shot where they'll be okay. Because after all of this is said and done, we're going to do a couple nice coats of sealer, and we'll get the back sides of these in sealer as well that we put this high build on after we do some nice block sanding on them. But yeah, until tomorrow, that's got it for now. Alright guys, got all of that sanded down. Found a few spots that I didn't like, as you could tell. I just used some icing on them. Yeah, the majority of that will get sanded off. I tend to over put sometimes. Now I did find some bad spots up here, and I fiberglassed them. We'll let that dry until tomorrow. Same with this icing. As you can see, I tried sanding on it. It's just not quite set up enough. Yeah, this cooler weather and the humidity is a lot to do with it. So yeah, I got that done. Got a lot of the doors, all the high build that I put on it underneath the trunk. Got it all sanded down. And I've been going through and we've been sanding this, that, and other thing, trying to get all these spots taken care of on this car. I think after lunch I'll come back out. I have a dent in the trunk there. Need to get that taken care of. And there's some spots over here that we need to get some icing on and get that sanded down as well. But it is all really coming together nicely. Like I say, once we get this icing sanded and it looks good, well, we will be able to put another coat of our high build primer on it. And then that one will block sand all out nice and smooth. And that should have this taken care of. All right, we are basically what I call at final sand. I just need to go over this one more time and nitpick it. I'll be using the DA with some 400, but all the dents are being repaired. Everything's looking super slick on the body. And yes, I did remember them this time. And the thing's just coming out nice. Very, very nice. So what we're going to do now, like I say, I'll run over it with the DA and I'll come in here and I'll go, okay, that one's perfect, that one's perfect. That's actually perfect. And I'll check each one of them just like that, and if they're not perfect, I'll take the DA and just lightly hit them until they are. Then this thing is ready to be washed. Final coat of high build goes on. I'll put 2 or 3 coats on it, and then it can be just really easily finally sand that last build a high coat, high build, and get this thing ready for paint. Yeah, it has been a job, a lot of dings, a lot of dents, and as y'all know that have been keeping up with this, I've had to cut out panels and make them and replace them. So yeah, a lot of body work. You know, the pressure jump up. In all of this process of trying to work on every piece. This here, I got a fiberglass. That's the only dent I see. Once we get high build on this thing and block it, we'll probably find some small ones. That's the only big dent. We're taking care of that. Same way with the hood. There was a high spot there. I took my body hammer and shaped that down. So a nice little coat of a filler. That should be okay. These here, we're ready for filler. Y'all know how I like to do it. Do the fiberglass first, then a little filler, and then follow it up with some ice, and it'll be perfect. He's working on this fender. I think he's getting it pretty close. Wherever you see a big red circle, that means I've got to put some filler. I think he's through with the doors. I think that this spot needs a little bit. You can just barely feel it. And that's the thing, guys. You got to run around here and feel these things and just see what you got going on. But yeah, what I want to do here, and I'm going to do it today, is get these doors mounted on the car as well. And that way when I do this high build primer on it, I can go ahead and get the doors as well. And y'all know I like to paint them with the doors on. That's always a big thing for me. But yeah, that's what's going on, and it's all going good. Got some filler added to the spots that I needed to. Wait for that to dry, and get it all sanded off, and that should wrap up them parts for the most part. The high build primer will tell the rest. Right now, I'm going to grab this rear here and see if I can dolly some of this out. That looks pretty funky. I know he said not to be really nitpicky on these balances, because like I say, once they're under there you really don't see them a whole lot, but I would like to see if I can get some of that taken care of. Then I'm going to go through and check out these other balances as well. So let me see what I can do with that. Just a little bit of hammer work and dollying, and we might get that looking decent. And I did get that worked out and dollied. Yeah, that looks so much better. And as well, got the doors on. And if I can get around here, we haven't got a full shop. Got the doors on. Got our gap and our alignment done. Yeah, the passenger door wasn't that hard. The driver's door, of course, give me a fit. I don't know why. One door's usually easy and one door's usually hard. Yeah, but that right there looks pretty good. We've been working on trying to get the doors finalized with some body work. Now, basically, it's go back over it, especially the doors. We still got some work to do on them with some filler and a lot of sanding. But the rest of the car and the quarters ought to be about ready to go. As soon as I can get these doors done, we're going to lay another 2-3 coats of high build primer on it, lightly block it out and see. I'm hoping that that will have this wrapped up and we get this body washed and get it over in the booth and get some sealer on it. If that looks good, then it'd be time to paint. But yeah, car's coming along great. Guys, I think that's going to wrap it up on this episode on the Torino. We did get a lot of work done, and more important, we got a lot of good work done. Everything's turning out good, nice and straight. So this car, once we get it painted, ought to be super sharp. I think it will be. Well guys, I appreciate you watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you would, throw us down some comments. If you're able, hit us up on that Patreon and it's super thanks. And please like, share, and subscribe. Again, appreciate it much. Till the next one, we hope that everyone has a fantastic day.